What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am reacting to Titanus, Kika, aka the Kraken, that is in the MONSTERVERSE. And this comes to us by Goji Center. And before I start the video, I want to say this, but today's my birthday. I went out, had some fun. I was hoping to get this video out earlier today, but the Wi-Fi was messing up. I had some rain and then it started snowing, so that was kind of neat that it was snowing on my birthday. And some other stuff went on. My mom took me out to this great place called Red Crab. They had amazing seafood. Everything was great. Tasted good. But I'm going to go on and not sugarcoat anything else. I'm going to go on and start the video. In 3, I got my headphone. Almost forgot to put that in. Alright, in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome again to the Titan Observatory.
I do like that, how they
Today
got the aquarium
of what is possibly the most elusive Titan in the MonsterVerse.
I'm going to say that, they just swim
this
past
Titan is actually
back there
right
in the background.
front of us. You just can't see it yet. Let's see what we can do about it.
But just swim by. What do you mean we
Initial
can't see?
Sonic three-dimensional mapping protocol. Let's see if that works. There we
go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It was right there the whole time. Oh my goodness.
Kika. Like the previous video in this series, this episode will be divided into 3 parts. Kika's origins, its insane story in the MonsterVerse, and then we'll conclude by going over its special abilities. Right now, let's very quickly find out where the name Kika originates from. So this Kika was actually a deity worshipped by the Kiribati natives found in the Gilbert Islands in Micronesia. This god of theirs was the son of Naatibu and Netukez, and the one responsible for putting together this set of islands. The most important thing to note out of all of this is that this deity resembled an octopus, which is probably why this particular Titan was named Kika. Earlier on, this Titan was also referred to as Kraken, another slightly more popular name sourced from Norwegian folklore. According to their mythology, this was a large cephalopod sea monster that haunted the Norwegian and Icelandic ocean waters, whose territory stretched all the way to Greenland. So, very cold water. Remember these 2 facts as we move on to the next part.
2 facts, a squid
and
a
need to know about the mythology of this creature. Now, let's move on to its history in the MonsterVerse. Even though this Titan was not showcased on the screen, it actually had quite a sequence in the official novelizations. In the King of the Monster adaptation, it's mentioned that Kika was discovered not too long before the events of 2019. Its discovery was so recent that 1, it had not been given an official name yet, and 2, its outpost was still secret even within Monarch. See for yourself, you won't be able to find this outpost on Monarch's website. Not long before 2019, an expedition team ran into some weird bioacoustic signals that were being emitted by something somewhere in the Indian Ocean. They couldn't see it, but they knew it was there. It was not until they had finished building a facility around it that they finally figured out what it might have looked like. The novelization tells us that this kaiju was found wrapped around a sunken Russian submarine that had gone missing. The facility that was built around this monster was a floating facility.
They finished building everything,
to float 30
and
meters below
they didn't
the water
know what
surface.
it looked like.
The main parts consisted of labs, observation
it's like
decks,
you know something's like it'd be like something standing behind you. You know it's there.
The Titan, you
but
had
when
to
every time
travel
you look
through the
around,
tubular
you don't
elevator
see it.
shafts that took you
That
right next to Kika. Like the other Monarch facilities, this place had a containment field that prevented the Titan from escaping, and the infamous kill switch. Now that you know how this Titan was contained, let's find out what happened after Ghidorah
every time
told
they
all
do
these
that kill
Titans
switch, I
to
doubt
wake
that it
up.
ever works.
After Ghidorah's call to arms, all Titans from all over the world began to escape from their enclosures and wreak havoc in the surrounding populated areas, including Kika. But this guy did things differently. The facility built around this Titan was able to find out a few strange things about Kika. This thing had a huge brain, a little bigger than necessary. And apart from that, it had several other brains that controlled each of its tentacles. meaning that this thing
was
wasn't just
intelligent.
huge and powerful, but extremely intelligent. We are about to find out how.
It has
Unlike
brains
the
inside
other
of each
titans that
one
were
that's
beginning to wake
so that's
up,
9
like
brains in
Methuselah,
total. Oh my
Scylla,
goodness,
Mukele-Membe,
this thing has
and
to be
Behemoth.
intelligent.
This titan actually began to shut down, or die. The people in the facility began to get suspicious on why this titan was dying on them. As they were figuring things out, one person in one of the lower observatory decks managed to get a good glimpse of Kika opening its eye and staring right at him. The scanners, however, picked up a dead kaiju. But no, this guy wasn't dead. It was laying dead. Why? Believe it or not, Kika was so intelligent that over time, it determined that the containment field only worked on living titans, not dead. Something the Monarch crew didn't even realize. So this thing manipulated its radiation signatures to appear as if it was dead. This allowed Kika to literally slide out of its containment facility. But it was not finished. It had orders to follow. The novelization tells us that Kika broke the shaft that led to this specific observatory deck, and with its long, thick tentacles, it literally dragged down and sunk the entire facility in a matter of moments. Kika proceeded to continue its path of destruction, sinking any surrounding vessels or other floating craft. This is Kika's role in the events of 2019. But Kika was about to do something even more impressive.
Airplanes.
If you are enjoying this video, please take a split second to like this video and hit that subscribe button. And check out our merch if you haven't, including a poster.
Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. I'm subscribed to your channel, and I'm going to definitely hit that like button.
The world was a completely different place, with most of the major cities destroyed and their governments going nuts. Many people started to get a little too confident and decided to take matters into their own hands. One of these people, named Manch Rivikov, led an expedition to capture Titanus Kika using some borrowed military equipment and some abandoned Monarch containment supplies they picked up along the way. We are now in the Sea of Okhotsk, a cold ocean where Rivikov found this octopus-like titan. Like the Norwegian myth, this Kraken can also dwell in frigid waters, but now only to get caught by these now labeled Titan traffickers and contained underneath an oil rig.
So that's what we had
now,
to
how did they manage to contain this kaiju this time? The previous containment field was energy-based. These guys went with a more rudimentary method to trap this kaiju, a giant net. Yep, Monarch had a lot of these. The novelization continues to tell us that a certain individual approached these men to purchase Kika for a substantial sum. As the transaction was taking place in the oil rig, the submarine crew in charge of monitoring Kika picked up an alarming signal. Enter Godzilla. Now hold up. Why did Godzilla decide to show up at this very moment? The answer, Kika cried for help. Yep. Knowing very well that it ran out of options, this Titan's next move was an attempt to summon the newly crowned King of the Monsters. And quite frankly, this was the best move anyone could pull off. Godzilla proceeded to release Kika by ripping the net using his strong forearms. But these guys now wanted to trap both kaiju. Depth charges were sent down to try to disorient Godzilla, followed by an attempt to trap the G-Man with another net. Godzilla did not take this lightly. At this point, Kika was now set loose and was free to roam once again. But Godzilla wasn't finished. After destroying the net that was launched at him, the G-Man now swims towards the submarine and slices it in half. With half his crew gone with the submarine, Rivikov now orders the nearby choppers to fire toxic gas at the G-Man in an attempt to weaken and then trap him, which is how they were able to capture Kika earlier. But this did not work. Godzilla now swims underneath the oil rig, and with its most powerful weapon, the G-Man impales the entire oil rig with its atomic breath, killing everyone on board, including Rivikov. We'd like to think Godzilla was already pissed even before finding out Kika was captured. While trying to trap Kika, these guys had left a trail of death and destruction, killing an entire pod of whales. This is the last time we hear about Titanus Kika in the MONSTERVERSE, but its story gives us a lot to learn from. Let's now enter the analysis platform.
Titanus
Kika was obviously a strange-looking kaiju, Believe it or not, this guy had an internal shell that covers its extra-large brain casing, but it also had an external curved shell that protected its main body. It was mentioned by the illustrator of this kaiju that this shell was probably lost between the events of 2019 and GVK. But back to the brains. Again, as mentioned earlier, it's believed that this Titan was probably one of the most intelligent in this kaiju universe, thanks to its oversized brain and additional ones found near its tentacles. But the craziness does not stop here. In addition to having many brains, this Titan also houses several hearts. In the real world, cephalopods such as octopuses and squid have additional hearts known as gill hearts, which serve to pump blood to their gills, which so happens to be green. It's also believed that this kaiju can regenerate almost every part of its body. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is no ordinary kaiju. We aren't done with Kika. So far, we have been referring to Kika with male pronouns. But it's mentioned in the official novelization that this kaiju can actually change from male to female, and going as far as being able to be both at the same time. This isn't the only thing it can shift. In the beginning of this video, we had to initialize the 3D sonic mapping protocol. This is because Kika can not only change its colors, but make itself invisible to the naked eye and go a step further and manipulate its radiation signatures to simulate a dead state. Perhaps the most important takeaway in this episode is how this Titan was able to emit a distress call and have it answered by none other than the G-Man himself, meaning that Godzilla held this Titan in high regard. Had this been another Titan that Godzilla disliked, it's probable that the G-Man would have ignored these distress calls. But did you know Godzilla had helped other kaiju against other malevolent Titans? Take a look at these videos, including how Godzilla taught Titanus Amulek a well-deserved lesson. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
That was an awesome video. I learned a little bit more. Going to turn that off and hit the like. Going to close the laptop. Alright, that was an awesome video right there. I'm going to put the headphone up so I don't smack it off the table like I did the last time. But yeah, I enjoyed that video. I didn't know Kika was able to do all that. I knew he, and like he said, could be, I moved the camera, my bad. Could be different genders. That's something I did not know either. I thought it was like more for a female Titan. So that was interesting. But yeah, being able to turn herself just invisible and everything, she could be right there behind you, or right below your boat, and you wouldn't even know it. Oh my goodness! I want to know how they found her. If she was able to do that, how did they were able to find her, or whatever the gender at the time when they netted her? I know I just watched it and I forgot the guy's name. I'm sorry about that, but oh my goodness, that was kind of cool. Now this monster right here is actually in the listing of Titans that I am making. So hopefully one day I will get to her. But yeah, I think I'm going to go in the video. But like I said at the beginning, I think I said it at the beginning, but today was my birthday. I had fun. I was hoping to get this out and everything earlier. So hopefully this video does go out tonight before tomorrow. If not, if it comes up tomorrow, I'm sorry. Having some problems with the internet going on still. And granted, like I said, it rained and we had some snow and we're having some bad winds, as you probably heard. The wind blowing outside the wall. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see everybody next time.